bro?
What's up with it?
How you?
What's happening?
What's happening?
Give me some news I can use, boy. What's going on?
Hey, we might be opening the world back up so we can get back to business.
Yeah, that's what I'm waiting on. Shit, I've been stuck in this mud for a couple weeks, man. I'm getting stir crazy, man.
Yeah, no doubt.
But you know what it is, man. It's temporary, man. So you know, it'll be over in a second.
We're gonna let a few more people log on, then we're gonna jump into it.
All right, no doubt, man. Where you at? You out of
Indiana.
You in Indiana? You said? Why did I think you said when you sent me the post? I thought I was doing something with somebody in India and shit. I was like, man, he kind of look. He could be from India. Nah, not with. I was trying to put it together, but I thought you were gonna have an accent and all that, and you know,
right.
You know,
you're actually from the Midwest too, right?
Yeah, I was born in Columbus, Ohio. Yeah. 19. I ain't gonna give you all that, but
we'll get into
I was born at early 70s. Early 70s. I'll leave it at that.
Well, this is Quarantine Sessions, episode number 12. I am with Catastrophe, aka.
Damn, y'all got 12 of these? Y'all already got 12 of these motherfuckers?
12.
Damn. I thought it was like the second one or something. Nice. Shit. I got all the info mixed up, but you know.
It's all good.
Yeah, we up on here, man. Tell a friend, man, tune in. We're gonna talk some shit, man.
For sure. From the alcoholics. In the early part of March, I was out in LA and I can feel the panic coming for the coronavirus. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to get home. Could you tell everybody what you were into and what you were doing when you got the news that you guys were on lockdown?
Shit, I moved to Vegas. That's why, you know, a lot of people don't know this, but I moved to Vegas a while ago. And, you know, I go to LA at least once a month. That's off top, but sometimes I go out there for a couple of weeks and shit. I got a place out there, a place out here, you know, go back and forth. But I'm centered in Vegas now. So, you know, basically I was at home chilling like everybody else. I heard the news, but you know, at first it started out, we could still go out a little bit here and there, you know what I'm saying? But just be careful. But when they put the clamp down, it reminded me of the riots and shit back in the, you know what I'm saying? Back in the day, we had a curfew in LA.
Right.
And, you know, there's locking people up for this shit. Like, you know, you go try to visit the homeboy and wind up in somewhere else. You know what I'm saying?
So how has it affected your day-to-day activities?
I mean, tell you the truth, man, I see some of my homeboys over here too. What's up, folks? You know what I mean? They tuning in. They starting to slowly but surely get up in here. But you said, what's my day-to-day, you said?
How has the coronavirus stopped your day-to-day activities?
Man, at first, well, see, I got this new app. I got this little app, and I ain't gonna tell you the name of it because I want some money if I tell you the name of this app. But what they did was they fucked up because they made an app for people like me that I'm just an MC. Like, to tell you the truth, like a lot of the first albums and stuff that we did, like it was before technology, like 21 and over, and that album and everything. We you know, Swift was the one with all the equipment and shit and everything. Like, well, first we lived together and everything, so. He had the beat machines up in this and that, but what I used to do when I got my own shit and we moved, you know, I got my own shit, I wasn't a technology dude. So before computers and shit, what I used to do, man, is I go to Target or somewhere or Kmart or whatever, and I buy a karaoke machine, and I take the karaoke machine. This back in the days of like cassette tapes and shit, right? So I would take the karaoke machine. I make sure it had a double cassette on it. You know what I'm saying? A double cassette, the 2 cassettes and all that. Kids, y'all probably don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. And it came with a microphone with it and everything. So we'll go to the studio. Swift I'm tripping. This still with cassettes, but CDs was out. And what Swift would do is make the beats for all the shit that we thinking about using. He'll put them on a CD for me. I would take it back to the crib with the double cassettes and shit, and I would play the beat on the CD part. And they got it some kind of way where you can record yourself while the motherfuckers are trying to sing and shit, and you know, and all that. You know, the motherfuckers and shit. But they basically made it so where whatever I was kicking it to the machine and everything, it was sounding like the studio to me. But really, I did 2.5 albums on the karaoke machine is the point, I guess. I used to record it, then I put it in my car, and then, you know, that would let me know if I should take it to the studio, I guess. Anyway.
Since you've been on lockdown, what have you learned about yourself?
Well, shit, I learned that actually, man, that's what this whole thing has been for me. Like, to tell you the truth and everything. I don't know if this is gonna really throw some people off and everything. But I mean, it's a well-known. I'm in the group, the Alcoholics. I've been there 20 years, doing the exact same shit, partying like a motherfucker, doing all kinds of God knows what and shit. You know what I'm saying, over these years. And you know, this quarantine, I did a kind of like bias. I did a self-evaluation, I guess I'm gonna call it. You know, and I just realized I drank too much. So what I did was, you know, my girl and people around me and everything, they was telling me like, yeah, man, you getting too old for that shit and everything. So I just really detoxed and I got in touch with a counselor and everything and this and that to, you know, it gets to be an addiction and you don't even know it and stuff like that. And, you know, I wasn't doing shit like going to jail every weekend and wrecking cars and stealing shit and, you know, nothing like that. But when you get to be, you know, you've been around the block enough times, it's time to, you know what I'm saying, to do something else. And that's what I want to bring up too, is that branching off of that, I'm gonna still make my music. I don't give a fuck how old I am and shit. I don't give a fuck how many grades pop up my chin and none of that shit. I'm gonna rap until God tell me it's time to quit or until I stop making money at this shit, you know. Till then, can't nobody tell me shit. But I'm gonna do this album. Actually, I don't know if y'all can see this and everything, but you know, the licks, man, we formed this well actually we linked up the 237 Kings and everything. We created this right here, this brand. And hold up, this shit falling off the table and shit. Can y'all see that? But anyway, we're gonna start a 2020 as the Smokeaholics this year to give it like a branch off of the Alcoholics. So we still got our liquid crew, we still got our, you know what I'm saying, our alcoholic loyal following and everything. We still come with lick records too, man. And we're gonna knock them dead and shit. But the Smokeaholics is, you know, we a little bit, you know, growner now and everything. So we're gonna do this the shit we used to do. I'm gonna leave it at that. But you know, we just, you know, we're growing up. So another thing too, we you know, we own a part of the company. So if everybody want to check in and everything, go to Smokeaholics, go to Ask Smokeaholics, you know, and check us out and everything. We just started the website not too long ago, so it ain't a lot of people in there. We went to this quarantine thing, went over, and we're gonna throw the parties in every city. And I'm coming with an album to match the weed that we about to sell y'all, man. So, you know, I ain't got the title of it yet, but I'm about 9 songs deep. J-Ron Swift kind of gave me the creative green light to, you know, put my go on it and shit. So I've been reaching out to a lot of top name motherfuckers that I've supported over the years and I rapped on their shit, you know what I'm saying? So I hope they, you know, just hope they show the love back and, you know what I'm saying, and fuck with me this time. But look for some music by the Smokeaholics, look for the merch by the Smokeaholics. We got all this shit. We got all kinds of shit around here, man. But yeah, I'm excited about that. As soon as the quarantine is up, y'all gonna see what it. I already smoked all this. Okay. Y'all gonna see what it is, though, man.
Did you guys have a lot of tours booked and had to cancel because of the quarantine?
Yeah, man. We actually had 2. I had a solo one jumping off and shit, and that was one. And then I talked to Izai, that's the Licks road manager and everything, and he said he had something going with me and Gonzo. Me and Gonzo supposed to hit the road, and you know, fuck it up. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but 2 of them got canceled. But we got shit for the summer that's still on, I guess. I mean, I don't know. They said they shutting down the whole industry until the first, they said. But
is that right? First of the year? Next year?
Yeah. Before I forget, shout out Ducks and Smoky Town too. And Michelle.
What kind of preparations are you making in the future just in case this quarantine and this coronavirus comes back again?
You said what kind of what?
What kind of preparations are you making in the meantime, just in case it comes back, a second wave comes back later on this year?
I mean, with this whole coronavirus, it kind of drives me crazy because people just, I mean, people like, so I was doing an interview like this a couple of days ago and shit, but the whole thing is that half the people on the fence. But what I'm saying is, while the shit is cracking right now, people losing, you know, loved ones and shit like that. What's wrong with the philosophy, be safe than sorry? I mean, rather be safe than sorry, whatever the saying is. And just, you know, you don't know what's going on. So some people was like, this is all bullshit. This is political shit. It's Donald Trump with his hand up your ass again and all this and everything and all this shit. But then in the same breath, they don't know what it, you know, it's invisible and you don't have to have symptoms and all this shit. So I say just everybody stay your ass home for at least a month, man. Just one more month, we can tough it out and we'll see where things fall. But the more people go out and act like it ain't shit, that's when, you know, you see the numbers go up and all that stuff and everything. So, you know, just I'm advising everybody just stay home and keep it close, you know.
Cool. Well, let's get into a little history before we get out of here. We got about 45 minutes. Tell us about where you were born and raised at.
I was born and raised in Columbus, Ohio, and I lived there till about 12 years old, 10 years old, 12 years old. Moved to Cali, you know what I'm saying? I never went to the same school twice. That's why when people they always ask me about, like, I have no clue. Like, I know a lot of gang members and people that, you know, just, I grew up with all that shit and everything. Like I grew up with a lot of people, and it was like, people wonder why, like, how come, you know, you get along with everybody? How come you this? Because I tell them, I say, I never went to the same school twice, California, Columbus, anywhere. So I got to know a lot of people, and I circulated around, and, you know, just, I got homies from everywhere. I mean, all parts of the earth, you know what I'm saying? I used to live in Memphis, Tennessee. Some people know, people don't, but my mom used to work for Al Green, the R&B singer. So some of my life was child schooling, homeschooling, I mean, and I was on the road with Al Green, and his son's like one of my best friends. We used to call him Poopy. He hates that shit nowadays and everything, but his name is Norman. But Al Green was a big part of my life in my childhood and everything. You know, I was there when he caught the grits and everything. When he let him put the grits on him, I was in the house next door.
Oh, word.
And all that shit. Yeah, I got pictures. I visited him in the hospital, and
oh, wow,
all this shit. He got the skin grafts on his back, so I'm standing next to him, but he's flipped upside down like a pancake and shit, hanging in the air, because they burned all the skin off his back and all this shit. Yeah, it was a trip, man.
That's crazy. Take us back to a day in the life of Tash before music.
Man, I was in this football, man. I thought I was gonna be big shit, but like, if you look at my pictures when I was in whatever schools I was in, I was a toothpick in high school, man. I was skinny to them, motherfucker. And then, you know, once I hit that 18 and everything, I realized though, man, early on, I wasn't cut for the football shit. You know what I'm saying? But I played on a lot of teams, but I won college and pro and all that shit. That's how I ended up on that microphone. Because go to, you know, like back in the days and shit. I know you ain't even asked me this shit. We just got time to talk and shit.
Sure.
I used to be like when everybody was into like break dancing and gang banging and this and that and blah 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 and whatever you was into. Some niggas was skateboarding and some niggas was grooving and all this other shit. But I was always the motherfucker that had the big ass box, like the L Cool J, the big ass radio and everything. I used to be the motherfucker that show up with that and have all the beats from the radio that I taped on Friday night and all the Houdini and all. I used to have this shit, watching them break dance and watching them pop and watching them do this and that. And when I went home, the party went home. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's how I got into hip hop.
What were some of your earlier musical influences at this time?
You said what?
Your early musical influences.
Other than Al Green?
Yeah.
Shit. You mean hip hop influences? I mean, I listen to everything that everybody else did. I listen to like one of my favorite albums is Street Song. I mean, it's Rick James' album. I used to listen to Roger, Zapp, Cameo. I mean, it was inevitable. Kind of you grew up. I grew up on the funk. That's all I can say. Columbus, Ohio, is a funk city. You know, that's where a lot of funk that California get credit for. A lot of it's from Ohio and vice versa. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, I just love it. That's it.
So at this point, how did you get involved with making music?
How to get involved with it?
Yeah.
I don't know, cause me and Swift, you know, we used to just run around and shout out to J-Ron Swift, you know what I'm saying? Smokeaholics, my nigga. But I really just was like everybody else. I just liked the rappers that was out, Run DMC and shit, and L Cool J, and then like it was by the grace of God. Right when I was getting into the shit, barely getting into the shit, we came across King T. And I was in the '80s and everything, and J-Ro, he got a long history with King T, and you know, King T used to be J-Ro's DJ, put it that way, and shit like that, you know. And you know, J-Ro brought me into that side and everything. It was with King T, and that just opened up a whole big ass can of new friends. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I've known them since the '80s and everything. Shout out to Scotty D, and you know, I can name a lot of people that King T introduced me to, and you know, once I seen Tila pop in, because he was really like the first dude I ever seen physically pop off this shit. Like Tila had all that shit, gold cars, rims, you know what I'm saying, bitches, you know what I'm saying. He really made me want to rap. That's all. That's all I can say. He really influenced me. And I was a little bit younger than everybody So, you know.
Let's rewind a little bit. How did you link up with E Swift and then with J-Ro?
No, this is not vodka, motherfuckers. No, you said what?
Let's rewind just a little bit. How did you link up with E Swift?
With E Swift, we both from Ohio through cousins and shit, you know what I'm saying? And we think we cousins. I don't know because we know whatever, but we linked up and you know, Swift was like people don't realize it, man. Swift taught himself how to do all that shit, like making beats and all that shit and recording himself and like I can tell you some crazy ass stories about how we like I ain't gonna go into the long ass details, but we had to like we feel terrible to this. I mean, it helped out, but we felt terrible. Like we did a straight robbery to get our first beat machine. Like we ran into a store, they put the shit on the counter. We said, look, and they looked, and we snatched the shit and ran out and all this, and you know, shit like that. But you know, Swift he just always like the musical. Like he always been like that. Like I trip off him. It seems like sitting around him, you know, all these years with him in the production, I'd have learned a lot of shit, but I ain't learned shit from him, man. I still just do, you know what I'm saying? Like, I still do the rapping, he still do the beats and shit, but he self-taught like a motherfucker. Now he runs like a big-ass production company out here. He live in Vegas, too, and he run his production company that is big. He do shit like Celine Dion and all this shit.
You guys were a group before you met J-Ro, right?
Hey, shout out to my homeboy Basenji too. I see you, Mr. Jackson. I ain't seen him in a long time. What's up with
you? Guys you and E Swift were a group before you got with J-Ro?
Yeah, that was my cousin. So we didn't have no group name, none of that shit. He did the beats. I did. It was kind of like Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince, but it was just Tash and Swift. That's all they'd be like, who's them dudes over there? It's Tash. But really, how I really got started rapping on the real is that Swift was a popular DJ. And he used to DJ all these parties all over LA and in the Valley and LA, I want to say Florentine Gardens, all over the place and everything. And we were still like fresh out of high school. So I used to go with this motherfucker to go to the party. You know what I'm saying? I ain't really go to, but he was the DJ. So he get all the girls and he get all the this. I used to carry the motherfuckers crates and all this. And one day I just wrote a rap. I don't know what made me do it. And I wrote a rap and I asked him, and he was like, yeah, that shit dope, man. He said, you memorized that? Or something he said to me and everything. I said, look, next party you throw that motherfucking beat on her like by the Bismarck. I said, Bismarck, that one and everything. He said, all right, I know what to do and everything. And he let me rock one time. And then I got a I got it popping. So since that happened, I just traveled with him like every party he did. They'd be like, who the light-skinned nigga with Swift did? And then the shit caught like wildfire, man. We was getting booked and shit and all kinds of shit. And Loud Records and everything. That's a whole nother story.
Yeah. So how did you two end up in Cali?
You said what?
How did you and E Swift end up in Cali together?
Well, my situation, I could go into it, man, but I don't want to get into that. I'll just tell you it was a bad deal and it was terrible. But I'll just leave it like this. It was a drug deal, went bad, and my mom was in love with somebody and she went this way and he went that. I mean, he went this way and my mom went that way with him. And that's it. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. So
can't give you no more info.
How'd you guys link up with J-Ro at this time?
I want to say Cousin Kev, my man Cousin Kev. He shout out to Kevin Henderson. He's a weight trainer now in LA. That nigga swole like a motherfucker. But he bought. I don't know if he bought us to J-Ro or I know Swift knew J-Ro before I did, and really technically when we first met, he was a rapper, I was a rapper, and Swift was a producer, and we just made a whole bunch of songs separate. Like I was doing my shit, he was doing his shit, and we did this one song. We looped who was it? We looped Roger Troutman. That's what it was. We looped Roger Troutman. I can't remember what, but the name of the song was called Grapevine. We looped Grapevine, and we did a demo together. Like we did a song called I Guess Funky, and we played it for King T and all these motherfuckers and all these different people and shit. And they was like, damn, you sound like this and he sound like that, but it sound dope together. You know, why don't y'all do more songs together and shit? And then we did a couple songs and then people were like, man, y'all should just do a whole album and call it, you know, make a group and all that shit. And plus we was friends before this shit. Like when J-Ro was working on this shit, I was the biggest supporter. Like, man, you know, blow niggas so you can put me on and all this shit and everything. And then, you know, it is destiny, I guess. We just ended up never straying